This is why you are not able to impress a girl, because you believed when someone told you you can impress a girl using logic. Well, I would say best of luck, but I don't see you standing even the slightest chance. Namaskaram everyone, this is Neha and welcome back to Sadhguru Simplified, where we take Sadhguru's wisdom and sprinkle it with a bit of humor to make your day brighter. Imagine you are in an office party and you see your crush standing in a corner. Your gut feeling says, go and talk to her. But your logical mind says, wait for the right moment, prepare your dialogue, do this, do that, and in all this thing, you miss out the golden chance of getting to know her. Or who knows, maybe getting a suitable life partner? Come on yaar, this is what happens in arranged marriages. You talk to each other and you try to figure out whether you can tolerate each other for the rest of your life or not. Okay, try impressing a girl using logic and see what happens. Come on man, you can't understand her emotions using mathematical formulas, I suppose. Sadhguru says if you think 100% logically, there is really no possibility of life. Which reminds us that life is rich and vibrant because it is not confined to cold hard logic, and our most meaningful experiences come from our hearts and sometimes our hormones too. There are many aspects of life which cannot be resolved by logic alone. Think about Indian moms. If they were 100% logical, they would never say this, Beta, wear a sweater. It's cold in Mumbai. Mumbai, cold. Logic flies out of the window when it comes to a mother's love. Being a mother myself, I can totally relate to this. Logic cannot explain the warmth and care behind those gestures. So, should we think logically or not? Let's watch Sadhguru's video to know that.
What you perceive and you experientially know, that's all you know. Rest are just empty stories. It doesn't matter how great the story is, it is still an empty story which won't make a difference in your life. If it has to make a difference in your life, there must be an experiential dimension to it. That will happen only if you perceive. You heard of Vivekananda? He also went to Europe on his way back from United States and happened to be a guest of a German philosopher. And after dinner they met in the study and they were discussing this and that, and there was a large book on his table which was over 700 pages. So Vivekananda said, because the man was speaking very highly about the book, he said, can you give me that book for an hour? Let me see what is there in it. That man laughed. He said, in 1 hour you're going to read this book? I have been reading it for weeks and not getting anywhere because it's so complex. And that too, it's in German language. You don't even know the language. What will you do with it in an hour? Vivekananda said, you give it to me for an hour, let me see. So the book was given to him. He took the book and placed it between his two hands and just sat there with his eyes closed. After 1 hour, he took the book and gave it to him and said, this doesn't have anything significant in it. That man thought, this is the peak of arrogance. You don't even open the book and you make a comment about the book, a book which is in a language that you do not know. So he was a little put off by this and he says, what is this nonsense? Vivekananda said, you ask me anything about the book, I'll tell you. Okay, in page 633, what is there? Verbatim, Vivekananda repeats. You ask any page, just number the page, he will tell you what is there word by word on every page. Then he asked, how is this? You didn't even open the book, how is this possible? He said, that's why they call me Vivekananda. Viveka means perception. His name is Narendra. His guru called him Vivekananda because of his ability to perceive. So he said, that's why I'm called Vivekananda. So perception of life is not… you cannot all process it through your logical mind. It doesn't work like that because logic will filter out so much of your life without which you cannot live.
I used to watch kids playing in the play area of my society with so much temptation because I love playing outdoor games. One day I just jumped in and started playing with the kids, keeping aside all my logic. And all the moms there were looking at me with so much astonishment. You know what I did the next day? I decided to break this logic thing even more. So I invited all the moms there to play with us, and surprisingly they accepted my invitation. I still remember that day when I, along with all the moms and kids, played Poshampa, Ghode Pe Dhamchai, tug of wars, dodgeballs, and had so much fun. Please understand, life is not just about solving problems, calculating risks. It's about connections, feelings, and sometimes embracing the illogical. Think about it. Logic might tell you to play it safe, get a stable job, and avoid risk. And don't pick up that guitar, think about your startup or traveling the world. Art, music, and innovation would not have been possible if people would not have pushed themselves beyond logic. So, my dear friends, embrace the chaos, the fun, and the heartwarming moments that come from living beyond the logic. And remember, if you go beyond logic, even a chai date on a pani ki tanki in a village can end up in a mandap. See you next video. Namaskaram.